One.
Assalamu alaikum viewers. आप सब कैसे हैं? I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us on this live show. ये हमारा आज का first live show है. It was meant to start at 12, लेकिन थोड़ी सी technical difficulties थी. So thank you so much on behalf of Chuktai Lab for joining us. तो आज जो हमारा topic है, it's about our emotions. हमारी emotions, हमारी inner feelings, जो right now is more important than ever कि हम इनका ख्याल रखें due to this lockdown because of the COVID-19. तो इसके बारे में हमें ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन देने, अपनी एडवाइस, अपनी एक्सपर्टीज शेयर करने के लिए it gives me great pleasure to welcome Mr. Haseeb Hasan. So before हम उनसे बात करते हैं, I'll give you a little introduction to him. So Mr. Haseeb Hasan is an international motivational speaker who is well known in the corporate world. He has over 24 years of experience in this area and has worked internationally in many countries. Haseeb is a life coach who compels his audience towards a healthier and happier life, and we are pleased to have him as part of Chuktai Lab's motivational program for the well-being of its members and for our viewers today. Haseeb lives with his lovely wife Zaufyshan in Burban, Pakistan. So, Assalamu alaikum, Haseeb.
Hello.
How are you? Thank you so
I'm
much
absolutely
for
fine.
giving us your time today.
No, thank you so much. Like, you made me shower and you made me wear a red shirt.
So we've motivated you early this morning.
Yes, you did. And sort of like, thank you for bringing me onto this platform. And I hope that some of your viewers and some of your members can benefit from this insights and some talks and some sort of like what I would like to share with the people to help them to sort of like be a bit happier and healthier in these turbulent times. Yeah.
Definitely, inshallah. And your topic is how to be emotionally strong, during this lockdown. So, Haseeb, हम शुरू करते हैं. Obviously, these are such trying times for all of us. हम कभी ऐसे situation में, we've never been in this situation globally in a lockdown, and we are overwhelmed. Feelings के साथ overwhelmed हुए हुए हैं. Even though we're putting on this brave face, inside एक frustration है, and because there's so much confusion as well, and we're like, when will our lives ever go back to normal again? So how do we handle these emotions? क्या आप advice दे सकते हैं हमारे viewers को कि what do we do in this situation, because obviously it's out of our control.
It's definitely out of our control. And like you said a very nice thing, Kiri, never before in the history of mankind have we ever faced such such an issue at such a magnitude where it affects all corners of the globe. So it all started from one side of the globe, and it sort of like penetrated and sort of like infected the whole. So I call this the effects of globalization. I call this the effects of like, I mean, imagine the big picture. I mean, how we are in this, and then I'll go on to the emotion side and so on and so forth. But like, I mean, imagine a globe map with the airline routes connected one city to the other, and so there's a network, so just like the internet connection network, or the shipping lines connections, or the road, or the railway lines. So all this connectivity, while this has benefited us, like in science and the progress that we have made, scientifically speaking, in terms of trade and all these sort of things. And this is a byproduct of this, and nobody was foreseeing such an a turbulent time on such a large scale. And I think this happened too soon, and people are not ready for it. So here we are, as a consequence, stuck at home. Well, I'm stuck in a very nice home, which is my mountain house.
Of course,
in the mountains. I can give you a brief view of the where I am right now. So if you
that'd be nice for our viewers.
Yeah.
Always lovely.
Let me
nature at its best. Wow.
Let me just take you out just a little bit here.
Oh, amazing.
Where I am right now, and you see the skies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So here we are.
So fresh, so lovely.
We actually had monkeys on our balcony this morning, and sort of like we were feeding them cake rusk and parathas and everything.
Wow,
and
lovely.
A whole bunch, about 30-40 monkeys were in our balcony this morning. So like,
oh, lovely.
And they don't believe in social distancing, by the way.
I'm sure they're the same as many of us right now.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, so emotions is the, like, yeah. What are you laughing about?
Yeah. No, the monkeys. I was just thinking about the monkey.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, I think we stuck.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
He'll come back in a bit. Okay.
We can hear you. Sorry, viewers. थोड़ी technical difficulties है आवाज में. We're trying our best to get Haseeb back on.
Hello.
So viewers, can you hear us, Haseeb? नहीं, आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
क्या दोबारा से जाऊं?
आवाज आ रही है? Hello, Haseeb, can you hear us?
I'm not on that phone.
ठीक है, अभी भी आवाज नहीं आ रही हसीब जी. No, we cannot hear you, Haseeb.
Can you hear me now?
No, we still can't hear you.
You still can't hear me.
Hello. Yes,
hello.
You're back online. You're back online. Can you hear me?
I'm back online. All right, good.
Yes.
Good.
Okay,
right,
we're back on. We're back on, Haseeb. Acha,
Okay.
Haseeb, what I want to say to you, obviously we keep hearing, it's time for us all, to come together and, think about the same goal. लेकिन हर एक घर की कहानी अलग है. Within the four walls, right? There's either anxiety, there's either family problems, there's loneliness, there's the shadow of fear. So how do we, with emotions, हम इस चीज को लेके कैसा हम control कर सकते हैं? How do we go along with all, controlling our emotions?
Good deal. So, see, the thing is, this is ironic. Okay, most people in the last 24 years that we've been, Zaufy and I have been corporate trainers, and we've been conducted our training programs in 46 countries on different topics and different cultures. Everybody had a complaint. Everybody had a lack in their life that they could not spend enough quality time with their families. Now, this has always been a dilemma. And now that this has been imposed on them, and they take this as a torture, and they take it as I'm stuck at home. That kind of a feeling. That kind of feeling.
True.
So yeah. So what are some of the emotions and thoughts that most of us are facing right now? I just wrote down a few things over here on my pad, to my So the fear of the unknown, the biggest one, the fear of the unknown. What is going to happen in the future? So it's a different world. Yes, it's going to be a different world from now onwards. I mean, I don't mean to sound pessimistic on your video here, but yes, it's not going to be the same world anymore. People, their fears have come out of the unknown. Uncertainties have come up as to what is going to happen. This has challenged our comfort zones, the comfort zones that we were in. So anytime you shake somebody's comfort zone, unki cheekhein to nikalni hai. Like, they are going to be screaming about, can I shift between Urdu and English and Punjabi?
Yeah, definitely.
And Punjabi if need be? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Punjabi as well.
Punjabi is all good.
It's all good. Even though it's difficult for me to understand, but I'm sure our viewers will understand. That's the main thing.
All right. But do you have any idea how many people are online watching this right now?
Right now, we have 31 people online.
All right. 31 is a good number. Hello, 31.
Definitely.
I'm here to make a difference on one person's life. I don't know who that one person is going to be. Whether it's going to be amongst you 31 or somebody who's going to join in later. But at least some things that they would like to share with you. So anyway, so so our comfort zones have been challenged, and and our expectations have been impacted. The way our expectations were built, like, okay, so हमारे बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं, हमारा जॉब है, हमारी प्रमोशन होगी, हमारा career path HR ने बनाया हुआ है, and all these sort of things. So all these sort of things, like, has actually impacted what I call the expectation benchmark in our lives. Then the fear of losing our job is a huge one globally right now. People are contacting Zaufy and I in the, like, on our WhatsApp, on our Facebook, and our LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. Hey, I have the fear of losing my job. What do I do about it? Hey, you should have always had this fear of losing your job. Why is it now that you are thinking about it? Because your job is never secure anyways, globally. All right. So that is there.
Yeah.
And then the financial uncertainty, the bills that we have to pay, the credit card payments that we have, the all sorts of loans, sort of like people have taken up to maintain a certain lifestyle, जो अपनी कहते हैं चादर पोशी को maintain करने के लिए, या whatever it might be, but they are indebted into loans and so on. So they are entangled into the matrix. So, like, obviously, all those dreams and expectations have been affected. So hence emotions are in a turbulence.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So there are moments, Haseeb, where we feel mentally strong, but then frustration and even tears, come knocking on the door. Like, we're going through this roller coaster. So is it okay to express your emotions? Is it okay to cry?
Of course,
is it
it's okay to
important
cry.
to release?
In fact, the people who will survive this are the people who can express themselves in any emotion that they can. The problem is not to impact and affect and like your relationships adversely. You talked about the family issues, and let me touch upon that a little bit also here. Yes, like, this quarantine situation, living with your families, has brought about many hidden issues, aspects of a relationship which were lying dormant under the carpet and were never brought out because they were sort of like not talked about because we were busy elsewhere. Now we are not busy elsewhere. We are home now, in the now. So all those issues with that continued interaction comes out. So a lot of pent-up energy, let's say by your children, will come out. Like, things that they have kept inside their minds, in their subconscious mind, which has become like engrams for them. The study of Dianetics or the study of Scientology calls them engrams, ENGRAMS. Look this word up. Engrams means those painful events of your past life, or of your previous, like, decades of your life, which we don't want to confront because it gave us a lot of pain in our lives. So it could be a beating by a father or a mother, or, like, it could be some other issue by an uncle or an aunt, or it could be like, some sibling rivalry, or somebody abandoned you, or some like example, I was abandoned when I was 7 years old. Well, it was not abandonment. I was sent to a boarding school in the convent in Murray, and I was sort of like for 40 years I was putting this under the carpet, and I never confronted it. It's only when I started doing yoga and meditation about 11 years ago, when I turned 50, when I turned 50. But I would urge people to go into yoga and meditation as one of the things. So many of the things of the relationship will surface. Many of the things, and it should surface. Otherwise, if those issues don't surface in a relationship, this means that we are maintaining fake relationships. And our society is full of fake relationships. Husband and wives live together, but they don't communicate. Children and parents live together, they don't communicate. Why? Because we are emotionally under pressure. Now, I can be a life coach for the whole world, but I cannot be a life coach to my own children. I accept defeat over here very, very gracefully. All right. So so there's a time to discipline. There's a time to sort of like share all these things. But I think one-on-one discussions with each family member is essential. Not in the presence of other people is. So, like, maybe like say, okay, well, hey father, I want to have a talk with you. Hey brother, I want to have a talk with you. Hey mother, I want to have a talk with you. I'm disturbed because of this small thing in my past. Now, I also realize that some children today are sort of like also drama queens and so on and so forth, and they exaggerate the issues. But the thing is, it's important for the parents to know what are those pain bodies, as Eckhart Tolle calls them. Engrams is by Scientology and Dianetics, and Eckhart Tolle, in his book, the Power of Now and the New Earth, he calls them pain bodies. Pain bodies are those bodies which are residing within our subconscious mind, which are so. This quarantine has brought about awareness, and people have had to confront those things and not just to leave them lying dormant in there. So there will be a turbulent time. There will be a turbulent time, and this is the turbulent time that we are all facing. It is not the external threat, which is more. It is more of the internal threat. Now, I see all these issues based on two different perceptions. Like, if I'm wearing a glass, let's say my left side of the glass is a victim mindset. So anything I see to the world will be a victim mindset. I'll feel like a victim. The other glass is through which I see the world or external happenings is a growth mindset, whereby I'm more flexible. Where so the victim mindset or a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Remember these two things, huh? So everything to resolve or to live life, whether in a quarantine situation or not, whatever, these two perceptions, the way we see the world, is extremely important. The way we handle things. So either a victim mentality. Now, what's a victim mentality? Victim mentality is that, why me? Why me again, God? Why does it have to be me? मेरे साथ ही क्यों ऐसा होता है? मैं ही हमेशा क्यों पिस जाता हूँ? ये एक victim mindset, और ये बचपन से लेके भी build होता है बाद में लोगों का. Alright? लेट्स से कि छोटा बच्चा जो है उसको नहीं वो राइट्स मिली जो बड़ों को मिली है, या बड़ों को नहीं मिली है, छोटों को मिल रही है, तो वो भी एक विक्टिम मेंटालिटी के अंदर आते हैं कि उसको ये क्यों मिला, मुझे क्यों नहीं मिला. और हम ये कंपैरिजंस के अंदर आके विक्टिम मेंटालिटी ज्यादा डेवलप होती है ओवर द formation years of our lives, psychologically speaking. All right? And they have strong opinions, very strong opinions. They see everything in black and white. The victim mentality. Either this or this. There is no gray area in there. Well, life is not black and white. Hello. Life is full of randomness. Life is full of randomness. And we need to be ready for the uncertainties and unforeseen events. So which is why. So it will be very difficult for a victim mindset or a fixed mindset to evolve much better after this quarantine is over.
Okay. So how do you, like you said, the victim mindset, Haseeb, how do you, observe, accept and let go? It's not that easy, to be trapped,
No.
in this negativity permanently. Kaisa hum isko, how do we let go?
Very good. 2-3 things I advise. Number one, accept things as they are. All right. Now, when I say accept things as they are, I don't mean to be passive. I mean, okay, this is the situation. This is happening on the outside. What can I do about it? Shit happens. Shit happens, and it happened. And it happened. Okay. So what can I do about it? Okay. So that's a very important thing that I must accept. And then, where am I today? Where am I today? Am I ready to face the future after this? What is the worst situation going to happen? It can go this way, it can go this way. So if it goes this way, am I ready for this? Do I have the skills? Do I have the competence? Do I have the emotional wisdom to go into this? Or am I going to go this way? I'm not ready for this, and I will always be dependent on somebody else to support me and to help me out. So this is a victim mindset. So this is where, in crisis situation, this is where leaders come out. Leaders are not it's not born or made or something or the other. Circumstances evolve leaders, and many leaders will come out of here also. But majority will be followers, because they need somebody to look up to, and somebody who can help them to take out of the shit in which they feel themselves in. So that's a very, very, what this is going to do, it's going to be a different world altogether. The growth mindset, however, is a flexible mindset, is more of a risk taker. The growth mindset is always creating new stuff. So they are in a painful situation when there is stagnant water. When there is turbulence, they thrive. Why? Because it's a jungle rule. So it's not a structured environment. The victim mentality is more of a product of capitalism, is more of a product of democracy, is more of a product of, I'm not negating capitalism, I'm not negating democracy, but we know this for a fact that the economy situation that is going on as a consequence of this corona, as a consequence of our lifestyles, which was going to happen anyways, is happening. So this is the collapse of the so-called capitalism. So there's going to be a new order of things, starting from the vaccine, to the controlled societies that we're going to be living in. The disparity between the rich and the poor is going to become more and more and more. So the average middleman is going to be crushed in the middle somewhere. And this is the majority of the world today.
Yeah.
So they're either going to go down, or very few of them are going to go up in terms of their survival mechanism. Those are the ones who are with a growth mindset, who will accept this as a challenge that, okay, I am the Tarzan. Let me see what I can do to face the situation. So a couple of advices, suggestions that I want to make is for a healthy lifestyle in this quarantine situation. Yes, spend some time alone, me time. Me time means minus the news, minus the phones, minus the videos, minus SMSs, minus checking out what is the latest news on corona, how many people are infected, how many people are dying, what is actually happening, and so on and so forth. People are being manipulated by the media. They always have been. And now is the time to shut this wall up between me and the stupid idiots out there who want to control my mind anymore. All right? Right from the media, right from the advertising campaigns, right from the marketing campaigns and selling us products and so on and so forth. All this has been a manipulation. And on top of this, talk shows. Talk shows are the biggest evil of our TV situation today.
Yeah, definitely.
Stop, please, 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 हाथ जोड़ के बोल रहा हूँ. Please stop watching talk shows.
Especially when you do not have, when you do not have the actual expertise talking about, the situation. Then there's lots of garbage information you get.
Absolutely, garbage information, and by who? By nincompoops. People who absolute nincompoops. They don't know shit about life. They don't know shit about the larger perspective. They don't even have enough experiential learning on a global perspective to be able to guide somebody other than, like, they can't. Their own lives are in a turbulence. Their own family lives are in a turbulence. Their own self-confidence and their self-esteem is in a turbulence. How can they help other people? So stop watching the people who are only trying to manipulate you to improve the ranking of their TV channels so that they can get more sponsorships, and it's all a bloody money game. Yeah,
true. So it's have some virus-free time, basically, is very important.
Yeah, like, well, I would say connectivity free time is called me time. And then for what to do in that me time? Nothing. Nothing. Idle time. This is idle time. So people are not used to sitting idle. अच्छा, अब मैं क्या करूं? मुझे गिल्ट फीलिंग हो रही है, मैंने ये नहीं किया, मैंने वो नहीं किया, अब मैं क्या करूं? ओह, अब मुझे क्या करना चाहिए? हो तो हमें तो फारग बैठने की तो आदत ही कोई नहीं है.
लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है that there's something missing. आप सब कुछ कर रहे हैं, आप वो रूटीन को फॉलो कर रहे हैं, you're exercising, you're bringing in physical activity, video call कर लिया फैमिली को, लेकिन it just seems there's still something missing.
Yes, of course, there'll always be missing. Why? Because the whole social circle gives you low self-confidence that if you're not doing anything, you are wasting your time and you're not competing for the future. And I think this is total crap. What about meditation? Meditation is also another step. Like, in your B time, what you can do is start meditation. So I'm going to make a recommendation for an app called Headspace, which my son Hamza from Vancouver and my daughter Amal, who's in Islamabad right now, and Miral. So all of them are big fans. And in the past few years, we made recommendations to people to download this app called Headspace.
Okay. All right, excellent. We can maybe share it on this link later on as well, on the video link. We'll share it with the
Please do.
viewers. Yeah.
Please do. Please do.
We
All right. So Headspace will give them 1 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes of guided meditation every day. How to still your mind. How to still your mind. So everything, what is happening, emotions or like fears, everything is happening in this little box over here. Right? Okay. So now
Yeah.
we have learned so many things to do, but we have not learned how to still this mind.
Yeah.
So we need to learn to still this mind, to get out of your mind for a while, because you'll go crazy. Monkey
Yes.
brain. I call it the monkey brain. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the monkey brain. So by just focusing on the breath for a few minutes or something or the other, or just for like just thinking about nothing. How can you not think about anything? If I may go a little deeper into this, if you allow me to, the
Yeah, of
average mind,
course.
the average mind thinks about 14 thoughts per minute.
Right. Okay.
The above average mind, what do you think? More or less, Noreen?
The above average mind, less.
Less. So it is not the quantity of thoughts that determines how intelligent I am. It is the less number of thoughts that I can sustain over a long period of time, which determines whether I can concentrate and focus on something over a prolonged period of time and not be distracted like a monkey.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
So you're not
All right.
everywhere. Your mind's neither here or there.
Yeah. So the first step to control your emotions is to learn to control the mind, which is creating those emotions. All right. Now there are some emotions which are not linked to your thoughts. Like so whether thoughts create emotions or emotions create thoughts. That's the chapter I'm writing in my book right now, and it's actually both. It's actually both. So sometimes thoughts generate emotions, and majority of the time, as much as scientifically proven and well researched, you can see this on the documentaries and videos, and is that 95% of the thoughts that generate in your mind originate as an emotion somewhere deep within your very subtle emotion, and you will find logical reasons to justify that this is. So being aware of your own emotions as to how we are emotionally driven. Emotional intelligence is not about being in a controlled situation and being like Mr. Spock in Star Trek, or like an android or something other. No. If you feel like expressing, if you feel like crying, if you feel like shouting, shout.
Yeah. Let it out. Let it out.
Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Yeah. Oh, don't scream at other people, which I sometimes don't follow also. Yeah. But yeah. But yeah. So the average mind
So
thinks about
how
14.
have you got any questions?
Wait. Let me finish on that. Average mind thinks about 14 thoughts a minute. The above average mind about 4 to 8 thoughts per minute. 4 to 8 thoughts per minute.
Yeah.
The really above average mind is about 0 to 4 thoughts a minute.
Okay. Right.
So is zero thought possible? Zero thought is very difficult, but not impossible. It takes practice. It takes practice. I can actually take you on a 1 or 2 guided meditation, just sort of like just to still your mind right now, because I do this with hundreds of people also in an audience, or it might be, and a lot of people record my voices when it comes to the. And I've got a good voice when it comes to guiding meditation also. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So that's there. Another thing is physical exercise. Now, physical exercise, there is no namal badal. There is no substitute to physical exercise.
Okay.
All right. Watching TV is not an activity. Watching a screen is not an activity.
It's not an activity. No.
Watching football, watching cricket is not an activity. Playing football, playing cricket is an activity. Watching cooking shows is not an activity. Cooking itself is an activity. So when you keep yourself busy with something or the other, the idle workshop, devil's workshop, right? The idle mind. So that takes care of it. So keep yourself busy in something or the other. So do some stretchings. Like, another advice would be open up a basic yoga session online. Thousands and thousands of those available for you at your resource. provided one wants to go into this. And
Yes,
do some
yes.
basic stretches. And do some basic stretches, like, basic stretches. When you're doing those stretches, your mind is not going and thinking about some worries. You are in that moment. That's called mindfulness. So mindfulness is a very good way of beating this, like, the emotional turbulence which is happening in the monkey brain. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? All sorts of fears come up all the time.
Yeah. So it helps you to relax and focus.
And focus. And to sort of like relieve that pent-up energy. It provides you a system reboot. Like your laptop or even that Wi-Fi connection gets clogged up, right? So how do you do to refresh it? You shut it off. When you shut it on again, it's like brand new.
Yeah. True.
All right. So physical exercise.
What I wanted to ask. Okay, so we're doing these alternates, like you said, physical activity, cooking, exercising. But like they say, it's best to be able to block, some emotions. But is that healthy to do so?
Block emotions? No, we should not block emotions. Emotions need to be
so expressed. As an alternate, so if as an alternate we're thinking, okay, let's exercise, let's do something else in order for us not to think about all these negative thoughts. But like you said earlier, it's better to express ourselves and to talk about it.
Yeah. Last year I went to Nepal for 2 months. Every year I get my 2 months vacation, and Zaufy gives me the freedom to travel anywhere I want to. And I went to Osho Meditation Center.
Nice.
Because I'm also experimenting, and I'm also learning, because I have a responsibility not only for my own self but also for the people who are watching and people who are coming to our training workshops and in our coaching sessions and everything. Is our own growth and evolution is extremely important, because this helps other people also. So there's a larger perspective around to it. Now every morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, we used to be about 100 people there in that course, like cross-cultural people, and I think there are about 35 nationalities in that course. And then every morning 7:30 we would go to a large hall, and overlooking the mountains there in Nepal, like and so on and so forth, and we would scream at the loudest of our voices.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Now you can imagine the psychological impact, the therapy that this provides. All your pent-up energy gets released.
Gets released
like this. So I would recommend, go to your rooftops, and when there's a plane flying over or something or the other. Oh, sorry, there are no planes flying over right now. So scream out loud. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I posted a live video on my Facebook. So HaseebT, Hasan is my name. So people, a lot of following there. And I made a video on in nature in the mountains. And I actually shared with some people how I actually go out and scream sometimes like this. I may sound crazy. I may sound crazy.
I think we all want to hear you scream. I think we should share that link as well.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind screaming if people don't have any problem listening to
it. I'm sure people will be pleased, and it'll allow them to actually go on top of their rooftops or balconies and scream out loud.
Okay, let's make a deal that everybody who's listening has to scream along with me.
Yeah, scream and share their screaming video with us.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So so screaming, and first when I started screaming over there in that course, and this was a course called No Mind. So the stillness that we achieved after activities of this sort, and yoga and shaking and jumping up and down, and sort of breathing, all sorts of different styles of breathing. the stillness that my mind used to achieve in those, after all these activities was really mind blowing. I mean, it was like, it was a new experience. I had never experienced the silence of the mind so much before. Now, there is another way. There used to be a Hazrat Gibran or something, and this is like, and then he came up with this therapy called that you talk gibberish. And then Hazrat Gibran the, wo like, ko Islam mein some awliya the, and then so he came up, and the West has picked that up, and then Osho picked that up also, and so on and so forth. And then what does that do? Is to talk in a language which you don't understand. Example, if you don't understand Chinese, speak in Chinese or something else. Example. So what does that do? That takes away the clutter of the mind and relieves it of the distortions and all these sort of things, and makes you more focused and more concentrated. This is scientifically proven.
Right.
This is scientifically proven. All right. So you keep talking in that language, or you keep screaming out loud. And then screaming, पहले तो मैं जब चीख रहा था, आ करके आवाज निकल रही थी मेरी. फिर जब मैंने चीखना शुरू किया, may I?
Go, yeah, why not? Yes, of course.
Yeah, all right, okay. Ah! All right. So it's like screaming from your stomach and then taking out that frustration out. Man, I feel good after that scream. I haven't done screaming in a long time. Yeah. Or even laughing. One very important thing I want to give to the viewers, please. Very, very important. Through my experiential learning. अपनी बोंगियां बढ़ा दें, बोंगियां मारा करें रोजाना बोंगियां.
I think this will be, हाँ मुझे लगता है ये बहुत ही इजी होगा काफी लोगों के लिए.
बड़ा इजी होएगा. तो और क्या, वो बोंगियां वैसे ही मार रहे हैं, उनको पता नहीं कि बोंगियां मार रहे हैं.
वो और मार ले. सही बात. अच्छा हसीब, ये जो आप बता रहे थे about breathing, ये जो breathing exercises होती है, these are very important as well. इसके बारे में बताइए, like, what kind of breathing exercises should we do?
Okay, good deal. So there are different levels of breathing. So एक तो ये है कि कहानी के, like, as a shortcut, like, if somebody wants to zoom in more, just type in basic breathing exercises on YouTube, and you will get a whole bunch of varieties of different breathing. So there's something known as alternate nostril breathing, something known as Kapalbhatiya, where you sort of like take a breath in, and you breathe out forcibly. When you breathe out forcibly through the nose, the breathing in happens naturally, but the breathing out takes away the toxins and the pent-up energy from within you. So that's also there. So there are many, many controlled breathing exercises. Eventually, all these are forced breathing patterns. When you go into a meditation stance, or called into a kafiyat, or you call into a trance, or in a muraqaba in Islam, it's called muraqaba. So when you go into that stance, तो उस वक्त ये होता है कि कहानी के you are not forcing any breath, but you just becoming an observer, and you bring all your attention to the breath that is going in and to the breath that is going out. So it's difficult to initially to maintain this attention, focus on the breath, and you can, but eventually with 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, slowly, the duration increases. The duration increases. Once the duration increases, and you can take it up to about 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour or even 2 hours, as I do every morning. All right.
Okay. So it's best to do it in the morning.
In the morning, yeah. 4 o'clock every day for 2 hours. I am in a state of a kafiyat, whereby I have my, if I may show you, yeah. So there are two ways of going into a meditative stance. One is by focusing on the breath, and the other is through sounds. It could be any sounds. It could be the sounds of the birds outside. It could be just some kind of a nature sounds that you have within you. And last year, I also, when I went to Nepal, I also, after Osho, 11 days, then I went to a place called Pokhara, and I stayed in a Tibetan monastery for about a month.
Okay.
a Tibetan monastery. And this is where I bought this singing bowl. The singing bowl is like, so it's sort of like, uh, what I want you, everybody to do is, I'm going to do this, okay? And then I want you to follow the sound, all right? So
Okay.
just pay no attention to anything else that is happening. Just focus on this sound. And I will only do it once or maybe twice only, all right? But I want your full attention on the sound. I want you to follow the sound as long as you can, all right?
Okay.
Thoughts will come and go, but don't worry. You stay with the sound. All right? So close your eyes, and listen to this, please.
Yeah.
You could hear it longer the second time, right?
Yes. Yes. It lingers on and then it fades away.
Right? So
Yes.
when you were doing this, you just got a fraction of an experience of being in a meditative state. All
Wow,
right?
yes. And that
All
felt
right?
really peaceful as well.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
so this is a good thing to do. Sort of like, I mean, sometimes go into this meditation and kind of a thing. So discover your own ways, and
Yeah.
But the physical exercise is essential. A little bit of cardio, standing and doing cardio, naak ke through, and then what's going to happen is the pent up energy is going to release. Otherwise, it's going to release in depression, worrying, anger, fears, all these
Yeah.
sort of things. So it's important to circulate that energy by doing some cardio and some stretches.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. So, Haseeb, when we talk about accepting our emotions, जो हम कहते हैं accept कर लो हमारी emotions, but every person deals with acceptance in a different way. तो उनके लिए आपकी क्या advice है?
Okay, there's a book called Search Inside Yourself. It's also a course which Zaufy and I brought to Dubai, and this is this course started in Google and it became worldwide. It's called Search Inside Yourself. So उसके अंदर से मैंने 2-3 बातें जो बड़े काम की सीखी थी, उसमें ये बड़ी जरूरी थी कि हाँ जी कि it is how to switch off all these monkey brain and so on and so forth, and and then sorry, what is your question again? Let me answer that specifically.
How accept emotions, right?
Yeah.
So we told accept your emotions, but like everybody deals with it in a different way. So how do we go by that?
So first of all, changing the internal dialogue or knowing there is a autocorrect system within your mind. Noreen, do this. Noreen, don't do this. Noreen, say this. Noreen, don't say this. Right? होता है ना ये आपके अंदर एक तो autocorrect system आपका चल रहा है. When we say, let's bring in an emotion here. When I say I'm feeling angry, I am associating myself with anger. However, if I change that internal dialogue and I say, I am feeling anger in my body, I am feeling anger in my body is different from I am feeling angry. So you are detaching yourself from anger when you say, I'm feeling anger in my body. But when you say, I am angry, you're saying, I'm Hulk or I am angry all the time. So that's the signal you're giving yourself. So improve that dialogue, first of all, that you are not your emotions. और बड़े काम की बात बोलने लगा हूं, बड़े गौर से सुने. अभी कितने लोग देख रहे हैं, बड़े लोगों को फायदा होगा इस बात का.
Again, in their 30s, we still have our 30 audience. Yeah.
Cool. See, our emotions, listen to this. Our emotions and our thoughts, they come and go. They're not permanent.
Yeah.
It's like the clouds. Imagine the sky. You just saw the sky, the blue sky, and then you saw some clouds there.
Yeah.
And some were big clouds, some were small clouds, some were white, some were dark, or some were so different clouds. But the clouds are moving.
Yes, passing by.
So you are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. The thoughts and your emotions are like the clouds. You are like the sky. So imagine the metaphor or the similarity between you and the sky. and then your thoughts and your emotions will come and go. So don't get stuck into any one cloud, because it's going to go sooner or later.
Yeah. So it's
So
about
that's,
letting go. It's about letting go.
it's about letting go. It's about, like, transitioning and moving on rather than hanging on. Some people hang on to an issue for a long period of time, like, like I used to before. Not
Yeah.
anymore, thankfully, yeah. But then again,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's easy. Even if I make a mistake, or I get angry or something or the other, or if I feel sad, like, so there has to be a self survival mechanism within you, which should make you came alone, and you're going to go alone from this world. Remember this fact. You
Yeah.
came alone, and you're going to go alone from this world. Everything else is a support system along the way. Some people are more entangled into this support system, and some people are more independent into this system.
Yeah.
The ones who are more independent go more towards leadership. The more who are more entangled go more towards being followers.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, कि ये emotions, you can use these emotions to your advantage
Good.
or
Now,
disadvantage.
yes, very good. So how do you convert this negative emotion into a positive one? Is by just simply diverting your energy into something else. It's all energy. It's all an energy game. Depression, anger, fear, jealousy, hasad, all these things are
Yeah.
all energies.
Yeah.
So if I only have some hobbies, if I have something creative to do, if I want
Yeah.
to create something new, because people have stopped creating. Why? Because they've been following for a long time. The system, the matrix has gotten to them now, because now a new order of things is coming out. And how can they bring about a new them all of a sudden? They cannot. Why? Because they have not been trained that way from their childhood up to now.
Yeah.
फ्रॉम द चाइल्डहुड अप टू नाउ. अच्छा जी कि वो क्लास में फर्स्ट कौन आया है, वो आपके मार्क्स कितने आए हैं, और आपको नौकरी कैसे मिल गई है, आपको अच्छा आपने क्या मतलब कि आपको स्कॉलरशिप मिली है, फलाना हुआ, शाबाश, ये बड़ा अच्छा बच्चा है, ये बड़ा अच्छा जाके ये नौकरी करेगा जिंदगी के अंदर. नौकरी करने का मतलब ये, यू आर फॉलोइंग समबडी एल्सेस इंस्ट्रक्शंस. You're not following your own instructions. There is room to create, but there is a benchmark, and so there is I get paid, basically I get paid to do stuff which I don't want to do.
Yeah. True. बिल्कुल ऐसे.
Right? Otherwise, if I was an entrepreneur, and my life is Zaufy and my life revolves around creating something new. Now what we need to do, this COVID-19 coronavirus quarantine situation we are put into our homes, is to reflect on the life that we have had so far, decade by decade. The first decade of your life, Noreen, think about it. Where you were, what were the happy moments of your life, what were the sad moments of your life,
Yeah.
then the teenage life, from the 10 to the 20. All right,
Yeah.
where were you, what schools you went to, where did you learn how to fly, to be independent, like your first heartbreaks, or your first, like, what is that sound effect? So yeah, so
As soon as you said my first heartbreak, that came in. Some special effects.
okay, yeah. So yeah, and then the 30s, your career mode, your growth mode, your establishment of the mode, you're getting your job, you graduating. Remember your graduation day, how happy that was, your friends
Yeah.
that you had then, the
Yeah.
college life that you had then, and so on and so forth. These are memory lanes which are also giving you an objective view of your own life to examine it. An unexamined life is not worth living, as Socrates said so, right?
Wow. That's so deep, and that's so, so true.
Yeah. And then the
Definitely.
40s,
Yeah.
because I'm 61, so I'm going to go on to these decades, right? So, and then the 40s, all right? So the 40s is the children are growing up a little bit, school
Yeah.
issues and everything also, and you making progress professionally speaking, and so on and so forth. Many people right now are stuck in their 30s and 40s because they don't know what the future is going to look like. So
Yeah.
this means they have to learn to recreate themselves. They have to recreate skills. They have to accumulate skills. They have to pass on different skills to their children. In Canada, 5 years ago, when I went to see Hamza and Miral over there, like, we were swimming in a swimming pool, and this 4-year-old little boy, zara story sunna, badi maze ki story hai. 4-year-old boy, वो उसने वो पहने हुए थे, वो क्या होते हैं जो floaters, and then he's swimming like this. उसको स्विमिंग नहीं आ रही है, लेकिन वो ऐसे ऐसे कर रहा है वो, I've got skills, I've got skills. मैंने कहा यार देखो, ये अपने बच्चों की परवरिश ऐसे करते हैं कि उनको बचपन से ये बात डाली जाती है कि बेटा अपने अंदर स्किल्स एक्यूमुलेट करो
जी, हाँ,
अपने अंदर महारतें, और महारत और स्किल क्या होती है? महारत और स्किल ये होती है कि आप एक काम ऑर्डिनरी तरीके से भी कर सकते हैं और एक काम आप एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी तरीके से भी कर सकते हैं। और वो हमारे पास तो एक अरबी में, बिकॉज वी लिव्ड इन दुबई फॉर 18 years, तो वहां पे एक टर्मिनोलॉजी है अरबी में, खल्ली वल्ली. खल्ली वल्ली मीन्स डूइंग थिंग्स हाफ हार्टेडली. खल्ली वल्ली, खल्ली वल्ली मीन्स डूइंग थिंग्स हाफ हार्टेडली, कि बस ठीक है, गुजारा करो बस, ठीक है यार, किसी ने किसी को पसंद आया तो बॉस ने कहा ये काम
मीडियोकर, जैसे हम कहते हैं मीडियोकर काम,
मीडियोकर काम, बिल्कुल, बस गुजारे लायक. सो वो एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी की बात ही नहीं है. तो वो लाइक यू नो, सो वो स्किल्स, तो हमें इस वक्त अपने बच्चों को इनकरेज करना चाहिए, ना कि सिर्फ जाके एक ही चीज सिचुएशन के अंदर स्पेशलाइज करें. आप बेटा डॉक्टर बनोगे, आप बेटा इंजीनियर बनोगे, आप बेटा अब ये बनोगे. अब एक डॉक्टर खत्म हो जाएंगे, सारा कुछ आपका ये ऑनलाइन शुरू हो जाएगा. अब ये चुगताई लैब भी सारा कुछ ऑनलाइन शुरू हो जाएगा. Okay, so everything, this is the future. Biometric testing, everything. Now this new COVID-19, the future projections is that now the big brother was watching us from the outside. Now they're going to be installing sensors within our own bodies, and they're going to be sent. Now they have control of our inside much more than we have control. So before I will fall sick, somebody else, my algorithm will know somewhere that I'm going to fall sick.
Yeah. So it's all about recreating our future.
It's all about recreating one's future, and how to recreate that future, and how to find that future. This is the big challenge for each one of us. Now, the thing is, I would say, follow your passion, follow something you like doing. Don't focus on the money aspects. Money will come anyways, but focus on those things which are not going. Focus on those skills which cannot be automated. Like my youngest daughter, Miral, she decided to go into culinary arts, which is cooking and entrepreneurship of, like, you know, restaurant management and everything. This cannot be automated. So this is always going to be, is always going to have a scope. Example. All right. By the way, philosophy is another area which is going to come back into action. Why? Because with AI coming in, some philosophical questions have to be resolved. Whether if the car is driving, self-driving by a robot or something, who does the robot kill? The driver or the passenger on the road? All right. So these sort of questions will have to be dealt with AI. So some kind of a psychology and philosophical questions will have to be addressed. So this is the AI plus the philosophy is going to be the future also, like, you know, in some places. Many other professions are going to come up which don't even exist right now. So the world as we know it is going to change.
Yeah, definitely.
So वो एक जमाने में क्वेश्चन होता था, अच्छा जी हम ये वाली डिग्री ले ले, ये वाला मेजर कर ले, इसका कोई स्कोप है? स्कोप है क्या? मतलब स्कोप है, स्कोप क्या होता है? अच्छा जी जॉब है कि नहीं है? जॉब स्कोप है कि नहीं?
बिल्कुल. It's so true.
And then people ask me, like, you know, you are a motivational speaker, you're a life coach, you've been doing it for 24 years, and you've worked in the corporate world before that in finance. I was a finance guy, by the way. And I changed my finance job 24 years ago after working for about 12 years in corporate finance. Companies like Pakistan Tobacco, 6 years, Merrill Lynch in Singapore, Lou Biscuits, Beacon House School System, Director Finance. And then I decided, nahi yaar, मैंने अपना काम करना है, लोगों को मैंने motivate करना है. So this was my passion. So इसका उस वक्त scope नहीं था पाकिस्तान के अंदर. 24 years ago, training and development का scope नहीं था भाई. तो हम लोगों ने create किया था वो scope. And then हाथ साफ करने के बाद we moved to Dubai. And then अब हम वापस आते हैं तो अब देखो ना, scope ही scope है, trainers भरेंगे. It चुको दे 100 trainer लब्ध है.
तो हसीब ये आप बताएं कि कैसा, like, you know, we're coming to the end of the show, for our viewers, how can we just focus on वही चीज़ें जो हम control कर सकते हैं? How important is it कि जो चीज़ें, like you said about the whole COVID-19, is out of our control. There's no point even trying to waste our emotions there. तो कैसा हम focus कर सकते हैं on the things we can control and come out of this as better defined people?
My first aspect is something known as, I think Zaufy must have also talked about, something known as the locus of control. Now, what is the locus of control? It is the areas that I can influence, that I can control. I cannot control other people. I cannot even control my own family members. I think I can control my family members, but I actually cannot control. I cannot control any human being. Simple as that. I can only control myself. So this means what? I need to look after this body that I've inherited, and I'm keeping it alive because of this external threat right now called coronavirus.
Yeah.
So the biggest responsibility I have is to stay healthy and to build a stronger immune system. Now, stronger immune system, you are helping people through your platform of Chuktai Lab, and I'm so happy, and I'm going to reach out to Omar and everybody else also. Then, by the way, I'm also related to Chuktai Lab people. This is a good khandan to be in,
Yeah, definitely. And we are very blessed to have you. We're very lucky to have you.
Yeah. So things like these. So focusing on your own locus of control, looking after your own health, looking after your own intake, looking after the foods and whatever we can control for the family. Like the sugar, people have started eating a lot more healthier when they started cooking at home because fast foods khatam hoye and so on and so forth. जिसकी वजह से वो GMO के impacts भी जरा कम हो जाएंगे and the plasticity and so on and so forth. Second thing is exercising. Third thing is meditation, very important, and also having a one-on-one. ये और से सुनिएगा, family members, one-on-one, very, 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 very important. Not in public. किसी को बात करनी है खाने के टेबल के ऊपर, कोई लेक्चर देना है, फलाना करना है, भाई अकेले में कर लो यार, लोगों के सामने मत करो, डिफरेंट एनर्जीज आती हैं, वो पुराने रिएक्शंस निकलेंगे and so on and so forth. So having one-on-one time with your family member is extremely important. And what to talk about in those family? A humble approach, not a lecture approach, but a humble approach, using a sandwich approach. Beta, aap is kaam mein bahut achhe ho. However, you can improve in this. I am sure you will improve in this because you're a very intelligent kid. I just use the sandwich. All right. So things like these.
Encouraging each other.
Encouraging each other. Yeah. And also, yes, kindness is important, but not being passive. Because some people need to be told. Some people need to be told the boundaries. If nobody's ever going to speak up to them, they're never going to learn. Times are going to be tough out there. The enemy is not within the home. The enemy is not in the home. The enemy is on the outside. This is what people need to understand. That
so not to be over affectious then.
Be over, I mean, not to be over affectionate or not to be intimidated because of strong relationships, because of strong personalities. So you must sometimes have the courage to go head on, but also have the courage to back off.
Yeah, and that's very important.
That's very important. So if I love a family member, and if I see he or she doing something wrong, and I stay zip about it, and I think that's being very insincere. In the long term. Short term, I am looking after the moods of this person, not to disturb them emotionally. And I think that's a very weak and a very passive way of relationships, because relationships, it's all about give and take, and sometimes you need to speak up. So having the courage to speak up sometimes, not a lot of people will actually do, and we all have a passive aggressive culture, is that we contain the bad feelings, suppressed feelings within ourselves, and then when we blow out, it's like a volcanic eruption.
Ji, bilkul. Yeah.
So, but I wish your viewers all the best, and anybody who's watching this, and then thank you so much for bringing me onto this platform. And if, like I said, even if one or two people benefit out of this talk, it is time well spent for those people.
No, thank you so much, Haseeb. Thank you so much. all this advice you've given us, all this useful information. Me, myself, and all our viewers and everybody from Chuktai Lab, we greatly appreciate your time. It's been such a wonderful insight, and I feel so much more motivated after hearing your talk, and I'm sure everybody else is feeling the same. We
Oh, that's
cannot
so
thank
sweet of you to say. That's so sweet of you to say.
you.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you so much. I've learned so much from this session,
Yeah.
and I speak for every other person who's viewed, and from all the Chuktai team.
No,
Thank
it's
you
okay.
so much.
No, no, sorry.
And we hope we
Perfectly
can
all
have
right.
many more. We hope we can have many more sessions with you
Sure,
in the
sure,
future.
absolutely. We can actually do a yoga and a guided meditation combined together
That would
session
be
also
really
for your
good.
people.
That would be
Anna?
wonderful.
So say hi to
Definitely.
Javeria. I couldn't
I
say
will
no,
do.
don't. When
I
Javeria
will
asked
do.
me to do this, I could not.
We have a message saying that it's been a great session from Mr. Area. So
Oh, very
we
good.
have,
Say hi to
yeah.
everybody at Chuktai Like, and you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good
Thank,
work and keep spreading positivity, please. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Haseeb. Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Allah
Thank you.
Hafiz.
And thank you to all the technical team behind the camera also. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Haseeb.
Thank you.
Allah
All
Hafiz.
right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Allah Hafiz. So thank you so much, viewers. ये बहुत ही informative session था, and जैसे हसीब ने shared के all the advice कि कैसे हमारे emotions को हमें handle करने चाहिए, कि ये frustration और anger में नहीं चली जाए. So it's so important right now for us to contain our emotions और ये advice on board लेने, and at the end that we come out as better people, because right now there's no other way out of this, and कोई फायदा नहीं है कि हम वो negativity हमारी lives में लाए. So हम इंशाल्लाह मिलेंगे आज 4 बजे वापस, right? 4 o'clock. हमारे साथ डॉक्टर है. He will be talking about thyroid के बारे में, जो endocrinology होती है, endocrine जो हमारे functions होते हैं, और infertility as well. तो वो भी एक बहुत ज़बरदस्त session है at 4 o'clock. तो ज़रूर please join me, and inshallah I will see you then. So take care, stay safe, be positive, and inshallah see you later on. Allah Hafiz.